Scarlet Park, Bubba Sparks.
Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin'.
What's up YouTube, it's Desi and I'm back with another video, y'all. So in this video I'm going to talk about, can you live off of a phlebotomist salary? Now, as far as for my experience, I would definitely say no, you cannot live off of a phlebotomist salary. I feel as if like when living here in Florida, it's pretty hard as far as for making sure that you have plenty of money to cover for everything. Phlebotomists don't really get paid that much here in Florida. I feel as if like phlebotomists at LabCorp or even Quest Millennium, for the most part, $23 an hour is pretty much what you'll be getting paid. But as far as for if you're young and whatnot, I don't feel like that's a good salary that you could survive off of. But if you're like kind of like older or whatnot, you may have your ways of surviving off of it if you have support with that. But it's pretty like the odds are pretty no, because at the end of the day, phlebotomists don't get paid that much here in Florida. When I was working at BPO Plasma as a phlebotomist there, I was a donor tech, phlebotomist, and a receptionist, and was literally making like $12 to the most. Like, you don't get that much. But if you put in years there, as far as for being there for like 5 years or so like that, you'll probably be getting to the most, probably like 16, I would say. That's not even enough. Like, it's just facts. So pretty much, if most people don't know, a phlebotomist is pretty much a technician that's one of the most important members of the team when it comes to medical. Phlebotomists are in charge of drawing blood for tests, donations, research, and also transfusions. They are also trained to help patients recover if they suffer from adverse reactions to the process. So pretty much, it's a lot of things you're going to see if you're a phlebotomist. I'm not going to lie, when I was working at BPL Plasma, I done seen somebody have a seizure in the chair. I done seen people pass out. Some people be throwing up. It's all types of reactions. And a lot of people, they tend to like, they don't eat anything when they draw their blood and everything like that. And that kind of like has a reaction onto them. So, you know, you see all types of things. And at the end of the day, I done seen hematomas about as big as a baseball. Like, just from patients not paying attention to like when it's time to pump to when it's time to not pump, those type of things. Like, it's a scary field as far as for if you're not so used to like handling yourself when you see blood or something like that, or whenever you see like a bruise or something like that. It's just, you got to make sure that you're ready for those type of things. But as far as for the salary, I feel like it's not really worth it when going through all that. And on top of that, phlebotomists are non-stop. Like, they're constantly working. And on top of that, you got to think about it. A lot of people need their tests, they need their lab, they need their blood. It's a lot of things. So phlebotomists do a lot. But however, I feel like for the amount of work that you put in for a phlebotomist here in Florida, they don't really pay you that much. That's good. But I'm gonna tell you some good things that do come along as far as for phlebotomists. If you are planning to kind of wonder if that's kind of like a job that you could live off of, they have health insurance. When I was working at BPO, they had us with Florida Blue, so that was something good. We had full-time insurance as far as for that health insurance. You also had a retirement 401k. On top of that, some people sometimes offer tuition reimbursement when it comes to phlebotomists, and I feel like that's reasonable as well too, because you're busting your behind like non-stop when it comes to phlebotomy. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you're asking what type of company pays the best salary as far as for a phlebotomist, I would definitely say if you're management of companies and enterprises, you'll definitely be getting to the most, I'll say like 23 an hour. You're probably getting to the most 23 an hour, if anything 20 an hour. Individuals and family services, as far as for phlebotomists, I'll say to the most you're probably getting 17 an hour. Specialty hospitals, they're 16 an hour, and that's definitely true, because if you're trying to be a phlebotomist at like something like Baptist or Wolfson Hospital or St. Vincent's, they usually start you off at least like $15 to $16 an hour. The more experience you have, the better, and if you also have a degree, that's something good as well too. And health and personal care stores, they usually pay you around like $16 an hour. Sometimes it could be $15. So something like LabCorp, Quest, Millennium, those type of things. But if you're working at a plasma center, to the most you'll probably be getting to the highest like 13 an hour, but the least I would say they'll probably start you off with is $9 an hour. Believe it or not, I swear it's facts. Now, if you're looking for ways to increase your salary as far as for phlebotomists, it depends on whether you're currently working or if you're currently going to end up graduating or whatnot. you want to make sure that you just have your experience. So say for instance, if you come into the field as far as for a phlebotomist and you have your degree, non-stop you're going to get $20 an hour or more. But if you're something that just have like a certification or whatnot, or a certificate, to the most you're probably getting like $15 an hour. Now I'm just basing these prices off of Florida. And if you're just like with no experience with phlebotomists and they're training you on, to the most you'll probably start off with $10 an hour. So that's a pretty much basic way to kind of sum it up as far as for phlebotomy. But overall, I just feel like, you know, phlebotomy is a good field to start off with. It's definitely a good field to get your experience with. I feel like one thing when it comes to phlebotomy, if you're in the healthcare field and you like clinicals and whatnot, phlebotomy is definitely one of the experiences you want to try to get your practice on. So the moment that I was able to get the opportunity to work at a plasma center, that's one thing I can say. I like that I was able to get my phlebotomy experience in like real life, because it's like, you know, on my externship at UF Health with the OBGYN, I was able to get my experience with phlebotomy just with OBGYN patients. I was actually able to work at a plasma center where I do phlebotomy literally every day. So that was actually like a good experience. So never just stand up your experience when it comes to joining phlebotomy. I would say just get your experience and just kind of just go somewhere else with it, because at the end of the day, it may just pay off. So if you guys have any questions or anything, leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.